It is established in our society by having some type of ceremony, whether it be at a church or whether it be at the courthouse. And it's signified normally by some type of ring signification that says that there's a covenant that stands between you and that person. That's what we've done in Western society, to say that that's your husband.
And this is what gets a lot of my same age ministers and pastors in trouble, because the ones who are single, they try to get the girl that they like to do this now before they marry her. I had a lot of classmates do this to a woman, try to say, you need to be doing A, B, C, and D, but not even married. This kind of woman that you need to be, they try to create this woman the way they want her to. And it's even there, because two things, she's not ready, and she's not ready. And it's like, I've seen this so many times with guys my age, and they're told this, and there's some pastors by their parents, you got to get her to the point where she needs to start submitting to you now. But y'all are not here. And this the teaching that they get for their overseers, elders, and other pastors, elders, leaders. I see a lot of messages created out of this that people don't know about this underground stuff. I'm like, wow. You know, I thank God for the teaching that we really get here, because you would be surprised what other ministers and pastors are young and being taught. The other opposite side of it, and they're doing it. It's almost like a cult. You're making somebody do something, almost like witchcraft, using a word to kind of fit what you want somebody to look like or be like before you even marry this person.
You don't see the word submission till it comes along with husband. It doesn't say with anybody else. She can't submit to you because even as friends, she should be staying in her place and you should be staying in your place. So how's she going to submit to you?
And that's what
You're not even together.
because they have them.
Right?
But they had the young lady coming by their house, taking care of stuff at their house, what they had her doing. She was coming by and fixing stuff, whatever, as if she was already there, she just lived there. It was just crazy. And he was told, and she was told, you're going to, this is the thing that people, you're not in your word, you're not listening to what the person is saying. They're telling you, this is going to be your wife, this is going to be your husband. So it's like giving them an okay to start, but it's not. The covenant has not been actually made.
Mhm.
But because somebody told you this is what's going to happen, they started doing this. It was like,
Tell me Rebecca fixed food for Isaac before they were married.
I don't know.
Tell me Rachel and Leah took care of Jacob before they were married. Afterwards, that's when it comes. Your covenant must be established, and a covenant maker must be there in order for there to be a covenant. And it's through the covenant that you establish submit. Did I submit to Christ before I knew him? How could I? Didn't know who he was. How could I submit to Christ? But when he became my Lord and Savior, now submission should be a thing that's in my heart, because he's my Lord and Savior. And whatever he says, that's what I submit to. Because now we're in covenant.
Even the part taken care of with, when it comes to Abraham, when God established the covenant with Abraham, then he began to take care of Abraham.
That's right.
Because as the one that's supposed
After
to take care of
covenant.
the same with Christ does when he comes to his kingdom. Then he starts the scriptures in Philippians 4:13 and 4:7 and 4. And that's when it starts around 4:19. He takes care of us because now we belong to him. But a lot of people teach these men and women that we should be doing this already before, as if you were going, because you're going to anyway, is what they tell them. It's just like with the stupid term, what's it called, soulmates. That's the term.
Unscriptural.
You're going to be with this person anyway, so you begin to act as if you and this person are already in this covenant. And they teach them this stuff. They do.
Boy, you got so many soulmates.
Unscriptural, soulmate. Sir.
I understand what he's saying. Like, I've seen that a lot as well. Even like before, I was saved, or not before I was saved, before I was married. You would hear people say, you should prepare yourself to be married.
Mm-hmm.
But people get it twisted.
Mhm.
You should practice instead of, watching people that are married or just
Right.
in your word learning,
Right.
preparing yourself, you know what I'm saying, mentally and scripturally,
Right.
but not practicing it.
No.
You know, people are practicing it.
Exactly.
You know, and that's where they twisting it. Or you can practice it, or you can already cooking meals, like you said. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Taking care of the one that like this is wife, but that's not his wife. But that's just the
I had to put myself in cover with one of my exes. The reason I did not pursue her was because her parents thought that I should furnish her house for her. It was crazy. They came down to meet me, and they was like, "Why are you not paying her bills?" I mean, see, they were very serious about that because that's what her father did for her mom before they got married. He paid her rent, paid her car, put stuff in her house. That's just the most posh thing I ever heard in my life. But they expected out of me. It was crazy.
I didn't make a car payment. I didn't make a house payment. I didn't make a cable payment. I didn't make a telephone payment until I do. Then that's when I took everything over. Because that's my responsibility, to make sure all of that's taken care of. Then it became my responsibility. Until then, I paid mine at my house. She paid hers at her house. Was my responsibility. And she know me, I'm stingy. I won't give a dime. She know, she'll tell you in a heartbeat. Stingy. Yeah. I wasn't giving nothing. I wasn't buying bracelets. I wasn't. See, she'll comment on it. I want to comment on it. Huh?
Since you want to give me that up front, I just thought you should repeat it. I just thought you should repeat it.
See, this is why it's sitting up here. That's why you beckoning on not getting about going home. It's about to go back home. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Huh? Oh, I was saying about, we were talking about covenant, about what you should do. People practicing marriage before they're married. People who do things and work things as if they're married when they're not. When the Bible talks about submission, and he brought it up about submitting to a girlfriend, practicing submitting to a person who was not her husband. So that's what we were talking about. We were dealing with that, of submitting, having that opportunity before. You don't want to practice marriage before. What's wrong?
Just pause the tape and tell them what you say.
I mean, we still going. That's what we were talking about. That's it. In a nutshell, that's basically it. Moving on to the next thing. No, I said this is what I said before we got married. I didn't pay any bills. I didn't pay the cable. I didn't pay the electricity. I didn't pay the telephone. I said she paid her telephone at her place. I did at my place because we weren't married. But when we entered into covenant, then it became my responsibility to do those things. No, she knew I was stingy. She knew I was stingy. I didn't buy a bracelet. I didn't buy anything before we got married. We were not in covenant. I hate to buy somebody something and then we break up and they got my stuff, man. I hate the thought of that. Man, they're walking away with my stuff, man. No, I spent $300. No, I bought it because I thought they were going to be more than that. And when that don't work out, so that's why I don't buy it. But now she is. Now, I mean, she got a rock sitting on her finger that works. Cha-chingy. Why? Because I don't mind. That's my wife. I don't mind doing it now. That's my wife. That's my boo. That's my honey. So I can invest that in it. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, point number two.